The following is a presentation of TFNN, The Trader's Edge, with your host, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters. Welcome to The Trader's Edge. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes. And folks, I absolutely love being here with you today. And I treasure your presence, but my outcome is to help you to become a better money master. But mostly, folks, to provide you with the tools that will help you to lead an inspired life. Because leading an inspired life, folks, that is what it is all about. So let's go take a look at one of those tools. This is the tool that I call the process of change. And things are always changing, aren't they, folks? You know, people often ask me, they say, what is going to happen over the course of the next 5 years, the next 10 years? You know, you look at charts, tell me what's going to happen over the course of the next 10 years. My answer, folks, is this. It's always the same. You see, from my experience in the next coming years, things will be like they always have been. Like they always have been, folks. What's that mean? That means the tide comes in, and then what happens? The tide goes out. That's what's going to happen over the next 10 years. It's not that difficult. What happens when the lights go on? Pretty soon, the lights will go out. We're coming into fall, right? What happens after fall? Exactly. You've got winter time. The question is, are you preparing for all of your seasons? Are you taking advantage of each of your seasons out there? For some people, winter's a beautiful thing. Sometimes in the stock market, you could consider winter when the market's in a correction, when the market's in a downtrend. What would you say with regard to summer and autumn time, in the fall time? You know, you've got the harvest coming in. And so, you know, the things, when you take a look at the process of change, all you have to realize is that for the last 6,000 years, it reads like this. Opportunity mixed with difficulty. The past, folks, doesn't have to equal the future. However, for most people, the past will equal the future, because usually the next question that somebody asks is, well, how can I change my life then? If it's going to be the same, how can I change my life? And it's really simple. The answer is this. When it is that you decide to change, folks, it's all in your hands. It's always been in your hands. If you're trying to get better, then the moment that you decide that you want to get better, folks, that is when it happens. Why? Because better, folks, that is not something that you wish for. Better is something that you become. That is the process of change. The markets here, they're always changing, but they're always doing the same things. They're making A to B equals CD patterns out there. They're making expansions. They're making contractions. Right now, you've got the futures market up. You've got the Dow futures up about 45 points or so. The ES Mini, that's what we're looking at on my screen here. If you are watching us on TigerTV, and a way to do that, folks, is just simply go to the homepage at TFNN.com. Click on the Tiger TV button. You'll be able to watch us live. If you're listening on the radio, thank you so much. Maybe you're listening to us because you've got us bookmark on your phone because you went to TFNN.mobi. That's an easy way to carry us 9 hours a day. We've got live programming 9 o'clock till 6. If you want to know where the markets are going, well, they're all going after, well, not all, but many of the indexes here going after their May 1st highs. If we take a look at the ES Mini here right now, what we'll see is the ES Mini trading inside the May 1st highs. I'm going to go ahead and erase this line here. If you're watching on Tiger TV, this was the little trend line that was busted through. This trend line coming all the way back into the March 27, 2012 time frame when you had the ES Mini trade up to a high of 14.1975. My next touch point on this happened to be May Day. Happened to be the high that came in on May 1st out at price point of 14.1175. That trend line, folks, that now actually used to be a resistance area. That now will become support. But I'll go ahead and erase it off of my screen here. You can see that that area was busted through on August the 7th. Now, if we just simply take a look at what is it doing, I'm going to go ahead and draw the line across the top of the May 1st high area. That way you can see what the target is. Or I should say, one of the targets out there, that high for May 1st in the ES Mini, in the S&P futures, 14.1175. What have you gotten up to today? You've reached all the way up to 14.0950. It did that shortly after the 8:30 session, after they released the retail sales number. Retail sales were up, just a little bit over the projection. But what you also have here is if you come back and you go a little bit further left on your chart on the S&P futures, you're going to run into the high out there going back to March 27, 2012. That also is the target that the ES Mini is traveling in. In fact, it could go up and it could go ahead and test those highs. Those highs, 14.1975. The low of that, 14.06. You're trading at 14.0750. As long as it's at the party, why not? Now, if we do take a look at A to B equals CD out here on the daily chart, that's what we're looking at on the ES Mini. You're going to start with your June 4th area. Your June 4th low when you were trading at 1262. We're just simply going to go ahead. I'm going to come up here to the June 19th area. That's going to be my B point that I'm going to select. I'm going to come all the way down into the June 26th low of 1303. You can see that the ES Mini hung out in that 1-to-1 A to B equals CD for a few trading sessions. What you'll also see, if I move this down, you'll see the 1.272, 1424 even. So 1424 actually not out of the question here on the ES Mini. We'll see what it does once it tags that May 1st high out there. If it closes inside the March 27th area, again, that low, 1406, and that is the area that it wants to go tackle. Number of A to B equals CD patterns out there on the ES Mini. Let's go take a look and see what the the Dow, having been the kingpin out here, having been the leader of the squad, the Dow here is trading inside May 1st. That's the high that it wants to tackle. That high out there, 13,284. It's trading out right now at 13,185. Let's go take a look at the NASDAQ futures, the NQ. If we take a look at that, we can see that that is trading out right now at 2740. That's up 12 points. That is tackling the May 1st high as well. The high of that happens to be, and let's go ahead and draw the line here. You can see that this has gotten through the 0.786 level. That was 2715. If we take a look at the May 1st high, that May 1st high is 2753. We'll go ahead and take a look at what it's gotten up to today. The high so far today, 2741.50 out there. If we come back a little bit further here, what you will see is you'll see the April 3rd candle out there, the April 3rd swing point candle. That low is 2763. That is likely where the NASDAQ futures want to head to, 2763 out there. Now, what's all that going to be about? Well, we know it's going to be about what's going on inside the currency marketplace. So let's go first. Let's go take a look at King Dollar. King Dollar right now trading back 3 pennies, 3.5 pennies. Not too bad, but that doesn't tell the entire story. So now let's go take a look at King Dollar, because in order for these markets to move up to where they need to move up to, King Dollar is going to go have to test the lows of August the 7th. Now, that August the 7th candle that we're looking at on the U.S. dollar index, the high of that, 82.43. You're trading 82.46 right now. You did get inside that area here on yesterday. You rejected that. You had 16,600 contracts. That was going into 15,132. What does that tell you when you come into a swing point with volume and you reject it? It says you're going to be back down there. So far today, what you've done in the U.S. dollar 6,500 contracts, you came into that level, you rejected it. What you also really did, if I go ahead and blow this up on my screen here, is what you will see is what the U.S. dollar index has done is a 0.786 retracement. So when you're taking a look at retracement levels, when you're taking a look at the process of change, the process of change is this. Markets are going to go up, markets are going to go down, they're going to retrace, they're going to expand. And when you're doing retracements, what you want to be paying attention to is the 0.382, the 0.618, and the 0.786, and that is of your last moves, or maybe of a total move. In this case here, we're taking a look at the last move, that last move being the low from the August 7th candle, that low of 82.07, all the way up to the high that was put in here on Friday out at 82.94. You go from that low to the high, and if you have a ruler that has that 382, 618, and 786, you will see that the 0.786 retracement, 82.25. What did King Dollar do this morning? It got down to 82.25. How does that work, folks? Gets down to 82.25, bounces up from there. If these markets are going to go and hit those areas, that we talked about on the futures contracts, if we go take a look at the indexes, we can do that as well. And we can also look at any chart you'd like. All you have to do is give us a call at 877-927-6648. So you've got a little test here. The markets are going to need a little help from what? From the Queen, because the U.S. dollar index, folks, is nothing more than a basket of currencies. And if you want to understand what's going on in an ETF, or you want to understand what's going on in an index, you need to go take a look under the covers and see what you have there. So now let's go take a look at the euro. We're taking a look at the 30-minute chart on the euro. What you can see here, if you're watching on Tiger TV, you're seeing some really beautiful expansions on the 30-minute chart on the euro. You can see here, if we just simply take a look at the expansion as the euro got into the 10:30 session here, August 13th. When was that? That was yesterday, right? Yeah, August 13th yesterday. So as the euro got into the high of 1.23721, it was making a 1.618 expansion of a swing point. You also had a 2.0 expansion. What does it do when it gets up there? Well, folks, it also made a move of a move. It backs off. And when it backs off, let's go take a look at the retracement that it actually did. That's not drawn in here. Let's go actually measure it ourselves. We take a look at the retracement. Looks like about a 50% retracement here. What's the euro then do? It starts moving higher, moves higher into the session here, coming in at 4 o'clock this morning. Moves up to a high of 1.23845. As it does that, what kind of expansion does it make off that last swing point? 1.272. Then what's it do? It backs off. Now take a look at it. It's made a 100% move of a move. That comes back to the area of, let's see, 8:30 yesterday evening, as well as making a 1.272 expansion. Then in the last 30 minutes, what has it done? It's bounced up from there. Understand those Fibonacci numbers, folks, because the markets are going to do the same thing until they decide to change, just like you. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back.
Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Kate Stalter's exciting newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, has just launched, and now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial. Every Wednesday afternoon, Kate sends out her weekly newsletter to her subscribers where she focuses on small cap stocks with market caps under $2 billion, as well as low-priced equities with share prices ranging from $5 to $12. Kate tracks a variety of stocks with a combination of strong technical support and solid fundamentals. Many of the stocks featured will be recent IPOs. These newer issues are often some of the biggest price gainers in the market and provide an excellent opportunity for substantial gains if timed correctly. You can catch Kate Stalter live on Tiger TV with her small cap roundup every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and visit TFNN.com right now to get your 2-week free trial to her brand new newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, while locking in the low introductory monthly rate of only $37.50 per month, almost a 50% discount. Act now.
With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, Kate Stalter, David White, Larry Pezzamento, Victor Jones, or Terrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
Millionaires are made every day. The fact is, living your dreams is possible. Someone, somewhere is going to get rich. My recommendation is, let that be you. Each day, someone is making the decision to better themselves and creating a plan to fulfill their financial dreams. Let that be you. The key to turning dreams into reality is to take massive action. Let that be you. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of the Money Master Show with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN, and I can help you with your journey to great wealth. I'll show you how to create the ultimate financial edge, a set of tools, insights, and strategies that are part of my daily newsletter service, Mastering Probability. You'll have direct access to me by phone, email, and my private library of trading and investing secrets for 30 days with an unconditional money-back guarantee. I'll take your trading to the next level. Click on my name, Steve Rhodes, on the homepage at TFNN.com and turn your dreams into reality. Mastering Probability, folks. Let that be you.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pezzavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll you'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try patterns, profits, and peace of mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to tfnn.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's patterns, profits, and peace of mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars and we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It absolutely is better when we're together, folks, but it's even better when we're with our man Rich in Orlando. Rich, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding.
Good morning, Steve. How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic. Yourself?
Not too bad. It's a beautiful day in Orlando. Nice and sunny and toasty. You know?
Rich, are you originally from Florida, or are you a native of Florida? Or are you?
I'm a transplant. Originally from Chicago, but lived in Pennsylvania for almost 30 years. But we've been here 12 years now.
Now, how do you like most every morning you wake up, you've got blue skies, right?
That's right. No, it's absolutely beautiful.
Absolutely. Now, you wanted to take a look at Silver Wheaton. Tell me what you're doing. Tell me what you're doing and how I can help you.
Well, we're in a position at the time right now on a Silver Wheaton, and of course, we're kind of looking obviously for it to move forward. Forward. It's had a nice move up. It's gotten around $30. It had a nice breakout.
Yes.
And we're probably looking at some kind of a pullback here. And the question would be twofold. One, what is your thought of Silver Wheaton? Mm-hmm. And then two, what kind of pullback and price projection would you have?
Okay.
Or would you expect?
Okay, so let's go take a look at it. And are you taking a look at this as more of a longer term type?
Correct.
You are. Okay, so what I'm going to first do, we got the Silver Wheaton. We've got the daily chart up here on the screen. And what it did yesterday was it completed just simply a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. That price projection was 31.17. It actually got up to a high of 31.10. Now, as it came through the B point, it just did it really 4 trading sessions ago. That B point, folks, on June 20th, the high was 29.09, and that had volume of 6.6 million shares. When you came through it, you did it on the 8th, so I believe that was Thursday, Thursday, something like that. It was August 8th, whatever day that was, and he came through it with 7.6. So he had a confirmed A to B equals CD up on this. Now, what this has, it hasn't given any kind of bearish candle yet. Closed at 30.68, and the pre-market is trading at 30.63 right now. So this could actually, and you're above the 0.382 retracement. So I'm coming off of the high from February 29th all the way down to the low that was put in there. So it has the possibility, most certainly, to run up to the 32.85, 33.71 area. So we're just going to mark that down. I'm going to just simply put this down on a pad of paper here. So 32.85 and 33.71. Now let's go take a look at the longer-term chart, because if you're looking at this from a longer-term standpoint, you want to take a look at the weekly and the monthly out here. Now, with regard to support, because you had that little breakout on August 8th, you know, a first level of support would be for it to come back into the 28.89 level, you know, where you had the 7.6 million. It ought to really stop here at the B point, though. The 29.09 might be a spot where you would see some kind of support out there. But certainly the breakout session that you're referring to on August 8th at 28.89, if it pulled back there, are you okay with that move?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
That would be fine.
Okay, so now let's go take a look at the weekly chart of silver wheat. And on the weekly chart, one of the very first things that I do, Rich, is I just simply take a look at high-volume bars out there. Now, what you love to see is if you can see a high-volume high. I don't see that here on the weekly chart. But when we take a look at high-volume bars, there are two that stick out. And the first one happens to be May 6, 2011. The low of that is 34.34. So remember, we were taking a look at the A to B equals CD up, and we had potential price projections of 33.71 and 32.85. That says, okay, you've got clearance to get up there based on that May 6, because once you get up to that May 6 candle, you should start to see where you've got a supply line where folks that are in that trade decide that they want their money back. Now, there's a second candle out here on the weekly chart that you've got to pay attention to, and that is November 12th, 2010. The low there, 31.76. You're at 30.68. What you'd love to be able to see is as it gets into, as it tests 31.76, you'd like to see a close inside there, because the high of that candle is $37. But I expect that you will see some real agitation as you complete maybe that 0.618 of the entire move out there. So that's on the weekly chart. If we go take a look at the monthly chart, let's just see if there's anything else here on a monthly chart on silver wheaten. Let me just refresh my screen, make sure we've got the right volume levels. Now, on silver wheaten, what you actually do have on the monthly chart is you do have volume at the highs. So that, Rich, is as Tom likes to say, is a beautiful thing. So
yes,
you've got volume up at the 47.60 level from April 30th. You've got volume up at the 46.38 level. Now, you did have a little bit of volume off of that came in May 2011. But, you know, that's what silver wheaten looks like to me. Does that help?
No, that's very helpful. So generally, we look to be a positive trend in a positive situation.
It does look good right now, and it was nice to see that volume on August the 8th out there.
Yep.
Okay?
Listen, thank you so much, Steve. Really appreciate it.
You bet. Thanks for calling. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back, folks.
Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Would you like a personal update from Tom O'Brien as to what equities he's trading and what his daily trading plan is before the market opens each morning? Every market day, Tom O'Brien sends out his daily newsletter, Market Insights, to hundreds of subscribers that rely on his daily recommendations when it comes to navigating these highly volatile markets we're dealing with. As recently as May 21st, Market Insights subscribers closed out all 5 open positions for a combined profit of over 68% in one day. Profits ranged from 6.5% to over 24%, and all of these trades had been initiated within the previous 30 days. Now is the perfect time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's explosive trading newsletter, Market Insights, an $85 value. Tom breaks down the market each morning with his market take and provides trade recommendations including precise stops and target profit zones, leaving nothing left to guessing. Log on to TFNN.com today and sign up for your 2-week free trial. Make sure you're a subscriber the next time Market Insights subscribers close out multiple winning trades. Take action and sign up for your free trial today. If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of TFNN.com and sign up now.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes that a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and the Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Certified Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
To the races. You got the Dow up 30, S&P's up 5, Composite up 7, small caps leading the charge on the way up 4 points right now. Microsoft up 11 cents, Intel up 5, Google up $1, Cisco up 12 cents, Apple on the move up $2 and change. We'll go take a look at that Apple chart for Nancy in the den. If we take a look at what's moving and what's grooving out there, you've got Michael Kors out with numbers. KORS is the ticker symbol there. The leader in the clubhouse up $6. That's up 14% out there. Let's see what they did here numbers-wise. They did total revenue. Let's see here. Their total revenue was, well, where is it here? Thought it was there. So yeah, net sales $397 million versus $232. That's a nice chunk of change. Or earnings per share 34 cents versus 13 cents out there. So they are absolutely being rewarded. That is a IPO here. Within the last several months, you've got Estee Lauder, EL is the ticker symbol. They're up 6%, up $3 and change. Amazon up a couple of bucks, that's up 1%. Apple up about 0.6%. Fossil, FOSL, as I recall, that is a nasty-looking stock chart out there. Don't get in front of that. We will take a look at that too. It's up about 2%. You got Nation Star Mortgage, NSM, up 8% right now. Velty PLC, VELT, they're up 17%. What is up with that stock here? They had a net loss of $939,000 versus $2 million. Okay, versus $2 million, I guess, the year before. So that is that's up 17%. Leading things to the downside, popping to the downside, Envivo Corp, ENVI, absolutely getting smoked here this morning, down 52%. What is the deal with Envivo? I don't know what they do here other than they are absolutely getting smoked, truly hammered, down 50%. Trading out right now at $2.65. You got Market West Energy, MWE, that's trading off about 5% here, down $2.51. NCR Corp, NCR trading down about 10%, off $2 and change. Dick's Sporting Goods off 4%, off $2 and change. Groupon down a couple of bucks. Interoil Corp, IOC, trading off 1 7/10%. Angie's List, ANGI, down 14% this morning. Salesforce Innovation, I believe they were up yesterday. They are down today. And in Coach, COH, they were having some trouble yesterday. They're trading off another $1 and change. Again, our call-in number, 877-927-6648. So let's go take a look at Apple. Let's go see what's going on with Apple. Trading out right now at 630. 633.92. Apple is trading inside the swing point. So Apple now wants to go test this swing point here of April 10th. That swing point has 31 million shares. As you came up into it yesterday, closed into it yesterday, 9.9 million shares. You know, I started off the show, folks, and said that things don't change. The only way that things change is when you change. Well, the beautiful thing about the markets here is that when you have markets that go up on light volume, they always end the same. That's why you want to be taking a look at stock charts. We're going to go through it here as we take a look at those stocks that are popping. They always end the same. We'll find stock charts that went up on light volume, and when the air comes out of the balloon, when the bubble bursts, it'll come back down to that next area of support. And where's that going to be? That's going to be where you see volume. So you want to make sure that you've got volume up at the charts. We were taking a look at SLW with Rich in Orlando. He's got a target area. He's willing to be able to take whatever little heat as it pulls back. The silver wheaten has an 87-cent daily average true range. 1.618 of that is $1.41. That is even if the area that we talked about with Rich, if it pulled back there, it would be even outside of that. So we shouldn't see that kind of activity today on silver wheaten. If we take a look at Apple here, you know, moving higher, volume today, 1.2 million shares, so not too bad. But that is just at the open out here with 8 minutes of trading. Apple absolutely is going to need some major volume in here, or the story is going to end the same. That story is it's going to test the high of 644, and then it will give it up probably big time. So, you know, got to be careful with markets that are going up on fumes, and that certainly is our markets. They can go up for a long time, but when they pop, folks, you don't want to be in the way. So that's what's going on with Apple. Let's go take a look at Michael Kors, having a nice day out there. KORS is the ticker symbol, and that is gapping up. 48.21 is what that is currently trading into. If we take a look at Michael Kors, it's headed up to the high volume. Well, let's see. It's trading up to the swing point high that goes back to March 22nd. Now, that swing point there, 3.6 million shares. So far today, it's done 5 million shares, so it's got some juice in it already. You can see this is an IPO that came out in the December 15th, 2011 time frame, so it's going to try to take out that area. Now, this thing here had some volume off of the top on March 23rd, had 18 million shares. So, you know, you're going to have some folks out here that are certainly going to be taking their money back because they were in at the $50 level, and they probably weren't appreciating Michael Kors when it was trading down at $36.50. That was a little bit of a little haircut out there. So Michael Kors right now going into the most recent set of swing points. So you can take a look at May 2nd. That swing point, though, volume-wise, it's no problem to take that out. That volume on that swing point, only 2 million shares. The high there, 49.50, but what it is tackling here, it's going to be tackling the supply line. That is March 23rd. If we go take a look at Estee Lauder, EL is the ticker symbol out there. Estee Lauder trading up about 8% this morning, so that is gapping up. What did a lot of these makeup companies here doing well? What was the? I think it was Arden. And you got to forgive me, folks. I'm not that fluent with the cosmetic names out there. Was it Elizabeth? That was Elizabeth too. Something Arden. That had popped last week, and now you've got right behind it, you've got Estee Lauder, EL, the ticker symbol. Volume so far this morning, 1.1 million shares. That is going into this little supply line here. It's up above it. Just taking a look at, well, let's really take a look at where it actually gapped up last time, which was on November 11th. 9.3 million shares, gapped up to a high of $60.37. You're trading out right now at $59.66. So let's go put this on a little bit longer term chart. It might give us a little bit better picture as we take a look at Estee Lauder having a heck of a nice run off of the lows from March of 2009. Folks that traded out at $9.90 then, trading at $59.60. Has not been too bad on any of the pullbacks here. In fact, if we just simply run just curious, if we run a trend line here off of the March 9th lows out here, much like as we took a look at gold, or as I take a look at gold on a weekly chart, this is a weekly chart of Estee Lauder. Doesn't really matter what chart it is you're looking at, but you can really see the strength in this thing. Just simply take a look at that trend line. That trend line was hit on October 7th, so we know that was October 4th, actually, that low was put in at $40.76. Next time you came down there, now the volume as you came down there 19 million shares. You came down into that area on the week of July 13th. You came with 21 million shares. You came into it a couple weeks ago with only 11 million shares, so it's starting to lose the energy. That trend line was held. That says that the stock here wants to go test the swing point highs. That is going to be the price point of about 65.60. You're trading at 59.50 right now. Absolutely don't see anything really wrong with this equity. That's Elizabeth Arden. Let's go take a look at some things here. Pop into the downside. In the lead there, you have Towers Watson. TW is the ticker symbol. Let's see what they've done here. They see their Q4 revenue is $826 million versus $851, so they're missing it on the top line. Earnings per share, not bad, 91 cents versus 59. TW, let's go see what TW here does. TW, there we go. Towers and Watson. Towers and Watson operates global professional service company that provides consulting and other professional services. Well, that's nice. In the areas of human capital, risk, and financial management. Well, let's go see why they're not managing things so well. TW, because they're getting hammered here. Sounds like maybe they need to give themselves a little lesson here as we take a look at Towers Watson out here. Towers Watson now trading into the swing point low, most recently established out there in August of 2011. One by one, stocks are getting back into that area. The low there, folks, was 51.70, 394,000 shares. So far today, Towers Watson has done 132,000 shares, so it should be able to take that out volume-wise without any struggles whatsoever. Let's pull. So it looks like this might be an IPO as well. Let me refresh my chart here. Looks like this thing. Let's see here. Come on. Looks like this thing was an IPO going back to January 2010 when it was trading out in the $48 range, $50 range. You're at $52.28 right now. And let's put this thing on a weekly chart out here and just see what Towers Watson might be up to as it tries to bust out a swing point. So on the weekly chart, the swing point out here, folks, is the August 12th, 2011, 1.7 million shares. And, you know, it's going to need some more. Of course, it's early in the week here. If it takes that area out, where will it head to? It'll head down to come all the way back to the, well, may come all the way back, come all the way back to the June 25th week in 2010 when it was priced at the 40.50 to 44.26 area. That is on Towers Watson. NVivo, ENVI. Let's go see what ENVI does. ENVI, because they're absolutely getting hammered out here. Maybe they're a customer of Towers Watson. NVivo provides Internet Protocol, IP, video processing, and distribution solutions to mobile broadband service providers, cable systems companies, and they're just absolutely getting smoked this morning. Let's go see what that stock chart here looks like. ENVI down 52% right now, out at $2.69 with volume. Don't tell me this is an IPO too. Oh, man, it certainly is. How would you like to have been in on this issue? So you got NVivo, comes out April 25th, trades as, from 8.11 up to a high of 9.88. April 25th. That was not that long ago, folks. Now trading at 269, searching for all-time lows. Not that it hasn't hit it already, and searching for actually lower lows. Who knows where this company looks like an IPO that's going out of business. Man, oh, man. Geez, and we thought Facebook looked pretty bad. Let's go take, in fact, speaking of Facebook, why not? Haven't looked at that chart here for a while. FB, the ticker symbol there. Facebook trading out 2096. They look similar. Look, if you take a look at those two charts side by side, why not? Let's just go ahead and do it. How about this? Talk about being taken to the cleaners out here. So let's pull Facebook back and look at that. You know, Facebook, from its get-go, well, at least Facebook has had a little bit of a bounce. You can't really say that about NVivo Inc. Let's go take a look at Mark West Energy, MWE out there. That's trading off about 5%. So let's see if there's anything going on there. MWE, the ticker symbol. And that is trading out right now. Gaps down. Ooh, gaps down with major volume. How about that? So now let's go take a look at this stock chart here. Not that this thing didn't give you any kind of a signal that it was going to be moving lower. And what I mean by that, folks, you know, things always end the same. And it doesn't have to be that way in your life. You just simply don't want to be a prisoner of your past. You want to be a pioneer of your future. That means, folks, you have to be willing to change. Only you can change. Well, if you go take a look at the market out here on, we're taking a look at Market West Energy. Great stock chart to look at. Why? Because it makes a high March 12, 2012, 509,000 shares. The very next day, what it does is it gaps down with 5.6 million. 5.6 million, folks, off of the highs. Now, if you were in that stock chart, if you're in that stock, you know, hey, that was beautiful. That looks like it's all-time highs, but it gave you an absolute signal there to be out of that stock. Now, it gave you a few days to actually get out of it. How does it do that? Well, it couldn't make it back to the gap down. The low of that gap down was that March 12th candle at 61.20. It did make it up to a high, looks like at about 60.60. Did that on March the 20th. Then it starts to make an A to B equals CD down. So it gave you the opportunity to get out of there. Then you've got a second chance, or you got a second signal here that this wants to trade lower. So if you didn't believe the stock chart the first time, well, how about the second time on May 9th? May 9th, it gaps down with 5.9 million shares, even higher volume. And then it gave you a few days to go ahead and get out of the stock until it moves all the way down into the lows in June of 2012 when it gets down to 45.36. Now, what did it do? When it bounced back up, folks, take a look at this stock chart. This thing comes back up to the last time that it gapped down, comes into that candle that had 5.9 million shares. As you got up into it, or as the stock got up into it on July 20th, 533,000 shares. So 533 going against 5.9 million shares. I sure wish I would have seen that. And then what's it do? Boom. You got more air coming out of the tires. So far today, 3 million shares on the way down. Pay attention. The stocks will, the charts, folks, they will give you opportunities to get out. Just simply pay attention to what it is that they are doing. Right now, we got the Dow up 28, S&P's up 4, Composite up 9, 877-927-6648. We'll be right back, folks.
Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on U.S. Treasuries, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor, Foreside Fund Services, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Recently, Basil Chapman has had some outstanding trades in his newsletter, The Opening Call. Each morning by 9 a.m., Basil uploads his newsletter to the TFNN servers so that his subscribers can access his expert trading advice. Basil gives his take on the direction of key indices and updates any active trades that his subscribers are currently in. Just recently, Basil's subscribers closed out a short position in Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG, for more than an $86 profit per share, over a 20% gain in just one position. If you'd like to check out Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, then visit the front page of TFNN.com and click Trading Newsletters. There you'll find Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, where you can request a free sample copy. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern on TFNN.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now.
Catch Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to trading and investing. The Money Masters, next on TFNN.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. Got the Dow up 18 points right now. S&P's up a couple. Let's take a quick peek around the world, see what we have going on out there. You had last night over in Asia, you had the Hang Seng up a nice 1%, up 210 points. You had the Shanghai up 0.3%, up 6 points. The Nikkei up 0.5%, 44 points. FTSE right now up 0.3%, up 18 points. In the DAX, that's what we're going to take a look at here on Tiger TV. You got the DAX trading out at 69.51. That's up 0.6%. But what it is doing, folks, is it can't get over that 0.786 Gartley area. So this has set up a Gartley sell. It has been hanging up here for 2-4. Today is really day 6. Today's Tuesday. I expect we'll see this thing hang up here for the next couple of days, next couple of trading sessions out here. That is on the DAX out there. So the DAX really being one of those charts that you really want to be paying attention to, because it'll help to paint the direction here of the market out there. You know, you would have said, hey, the DAX is up 50 points or 40 points, and you would think that was a good thing until you go take a look at the chart and realize that all it was doing is just hanging out right in that 0.786 Gartley area. It can hang out there for a while longer, no doubt, but I don't think it'll hang out there much beyond this coming Monday. And maybe sooner than that. Let's go take a look at some of these other stocks here that have been popping and dropping. Some of the names out there, such as, let's see, Dick's Sporting Goods, Angie's List, NCR, Groupon. They're all up here in in the down area. Let's go take a look at Dick's Sporting Goods, DKS. You know, I've never been inside a Dick's Sporting Goods. It's mostly been what's the other name of that store out there? No, it's the other sporting goods store. But Dick's, that's only simply because Dick's wasn't in Florida here. Sports Authority, there you go. So you got Dick's Sporting Goods right now trading off 48.57. It gapped down this morning, has done 2 million shares. Dick's Sporting Goods here looks like it's going to come back into the bottom of this little consolidation range that it has been in. Dick's Sporting Goods made a high out here on May 15th, out at 51.65. Let me see, was that? Yeah, that was the high that it made. Did that with the volume. Now, as Dick's Sporting Goods, that had 7.4 million shares. As Dick's Sporting Goods was getting up into that area, in fact, let's just draw the line across the top here. as it was trying to break out above those highs. The first trading session it did that was August 3rd, but that was 2.3 million shares going against 7.4 million shares. Closed below it. You had a failure on price. You had a failure on volume. Then August 6th, the same thing, 1.3 million shares, even less. Then what do you get? You get two doji candles in a row. Those doji candles, August the 7th, that doji candle, August the 8th, what was that telling you? Especially as it was testing that area on lighter volume. That said, just didn't have the energy right then and there to try to get up over those highs. You know, not a bad-looking stock chart out here as you take a look at the growth, but just simply didn't have the energy, can't bust them up. What do? That's right. You go ahead and you bust them down. That's what Dick's Sporting Goods. If we take a quick peek here at Angie's List, ANGI, my guess is that is a IPO of not too long ago. ANGI, trading out at 1136 with volume coming out of it today. Let's take a look at this here real quickly. Doesn't look like I'm going to have enough time to do that, but yeah, here's an IPO. Traded this high on the offering date in the 1875 area. You're trading now down at its lows. The lows actually are 1077. I expect that will get hit. Stay tuned, folks. You got Tom and I coming up next. Then we go out to Kate Stalter from 11 to 12. Victor Jones, 12 to 1. Daryl Martin, 1 to 2. 2 to 3. David White, Ken Shreve, 3 to 4. And the Tom O'Brien Show, 4 to 6. Thanks for being here. Have a simply extraordinary, outstanding, incredible, fantastic day, folks. Take care.